And now, it's BoomerLife, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is BoomerLife on AlzheimerSocietyofBC.
Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend.
Welcome to Boomer Life on AlzheimerSocietyofBC. I'm Joanne Sutton. Thanks for joining us today. And for the next hour, we're going to be having a conversation with the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia. We're going to be learning a lot more about their programs and their services and finding out the truth of why your donation to the society really matters. Joining me in the studio today is Maria Howard, CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So thanks, Maria, again for being with us.
Thanks, Joanne. It's always great to be here.
So when we last connected with the Alzheimer's Society, we were talking about some of the publications that were produced by the Society to stay in contact with people who have dementia and, of course, their caregivers as well. And the name of one of those publications was Insight. It's a document written specifically for people with dementia. It's the only one of its kind in Canada. We spoke with Ruth Stewart here at in the studio. She was a lovely person who is a caregiver to her husband. Was a caregiver to her husband before his passing. And Ruth talked about contributing articles for a second publication that the Society publishes called In Touch. And it's a newsletter specifically for caregivers. And Ruth spoke about how she found it meaningful to be able to use her own personal experiences on the dementia journey to help others who are traveling that same path. We also spoke with Eva Boberski, who works with the Alzheimer's Society of BC, and she's responsible for putting together both of those publications, Insight and In Touch. On the show, we also spoke with Bill Durr and his incredible life story of first losing his sight with glaucoma, then losing his wife, and then climbing Mount Kilimanjaro with his son to raise funds for the Society's Anything for Alzheimer's initiative. Bill's story was amazing. Mm-hmm. Now for November, with the holiday season in clear view, it's a timely reminder that the Alzheimer's Society of BC is a registered charity and depends on donations from the public like yourself to help offer support, education, and information for British Columbians who are currently living with the disease, also with their caregivers and their families. So if you're looking for more information online about what the Alzheimer's Society of BC is all about, visit AlzheimerBC.org. And if you have any questions about today's show, of course, call or visit the website. So, Maria, maybe let's start off today's show by introducing the topic of planned giving.
Planned giving, all types of fundraising is so important for our society. The Alzheimer's Society of BC is a provincial organization, which means that we provide programs and services and outreach to people all across the province. And that is something that we are very committed to, so that people living in the Lower Mainland or, in the North or in the Kootenays can have the same access to information that we know their family and they need to figure out this journey of Alzheimer's or dementia. We as a society predominantly raise our money through fundraising. So unlike a lot of charities, 80% of our revenue, of our dollars that come in the door, which then go out to people, are through our events participation, are through corporate sponsorships, and are through our private donors. So fundraising, planned giving, all those elements is hugely important to us because we want to ensure that we can continue to offer the programs and the supports that people need at no charge, actually, but that they have that, and they have that when they need it in the way that they need it based on their community and their own experience. So it's very, very important for us.
I'm really glad you mentioned the 80% because that's a question that a lot of people have about what percentage of funds raised do go back into the community and to support. I think it's a misconception. People think, charities raise all this money and it just goes to their own services and their own administration costs. So I'm really glad you mentioned that. It's also really important for people to keep in mind that there is a reason that the society is able to continue offering support, education, and information with no charge to the people who connect with that. What else can you share about the society and how people can help?
Well, certainly people can help through fundraising, through volunteering. Through the fundraising, we have a number of events that we run through the year, which is, focused on raising dollars for the Society for our programs, but also to support research and to raise awareness. So many people come out and participate in those events or help us organize and plan those events. We have a number of corporations who are very generous in their sponsorships and support us, and again, raising dollars and spreading the word about Alzheimer's and why it's really important for people to know that there is a society there to help them through this. And then we have a lot of very generous individuals, private donors who many have been touched by the disease themselves and understand the importance of, the help that they needed when they were going through that or while they're going through that, and want to give back to others who also really should have access to the support they need. So there are a number of different ways. Certainly on our website, we have lots of opportunities for people. The other really great thing that we offer throughout the province is our dementia helpline. And that's a phone line that anybody, again, in the province can phone to chat to someone about what they may be experiencing, concerns about maybe themselves, a family member, a friend. It's sometimes a person will phone and say, I'm going to my doctor. I don't know how to talk to my doctor. Can you help me think that through?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what to ask.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I don't know.
And what is normal aging and what is maybe something that's not normal. And so the dementia helpline is really important, and the fundraising also supports that dementia helpline. So again, it can be accessed provincially.
Mm-hmm. And I'll mention that dementia helpline number right now. It's 1-800-936-6033, and you can call that from anywhere in the province. So Maria, I know we've got an excellent show prepared for today, and we're going to be starting off with our very first guest, Kim Evans. And Kim is a caregiver for her husband, Jack, and she both uses the services of the Society and she is a donor.
Yes, Kim is a real dear supporter of the Society. She has a lot of energy and she understands what it is like to support people, and whether that's through volunteering and her generous donations. So I'm really glad she's on the show today.
And one of the biggest reminders that we have here at BoomerLife when we talk about Alzheimer's and dementia is, well, we have many, but the one that I want to focus on is the fact that you're not alone. And I think this is a really good example of one way that it's completely true. People wanting to ensure that other people have a safer, easier experience of the journey. So I'm very excited to speak with Kim today. And I'm also looking forward to another guest we have on the show, Colin Ritchie. Now, Colin is a legal expert who can actually speak to some of the mechanics around planned giving.
Absolutely. Colin brings an element of legal advice, which I think is really important to families when they're trying to make decisions about the best way that they can give back. And we always encourage people to ensure that they understand the different impacts and the decisions that they have available to them.
And then also on the show today, we're going to meet Susan Ray. And Susan works with yourself. Susan is the manager of the Society's resource development team, and she's going to be joining us here in the studio.
It's exciting to have Susan here. She plays a very key role in our society, ensuring that those individuals who are very supportive of us have the information and understanding of how they are making a difference, and connecting people who are receiving services with those people who are supporting services, because at some point we are all working together, and that communication is really essential.
Absolutely. It's all about starting that conversation and reminding our listeners that you're not alone in this journey as well. So I also look forward to hearing more from all of our guests today. And we're talking about why your donation matters today with the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia. In studio with myself is CEO Maria Howard. And if you have any questions about the Society, or if you'd like to find out more about their programs and services, or even how to make a donation, please visit their website, AlzheimerBC.org. We're going to make a personal connection to the disease with our very first guest. That's coming up next on BoomerLife on CL 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is BoomerLife on CL 650.